Hello everyone, welcome back to the tale of Ella and Alec. Let's head over now to Jacaby. After returning from my ill-fated swim, I changed a step into my feasting chamber. By now, I've taken care to dress in my royal best, meaning a long black coat and leather pants. The room looks as it always does, with its rustic wooden table and garden murals on the walls. Wide windows let in the sunshine. It's the perfect place to set my trap for Agatha. I can't believe I was so careless, back at Sweet Willow Cove. I don't show my wings to anyone. I must resolve the question of her honesty once and for all. I tap into my inner energy, focusing my power between my palms. An orb of magic appears. Waving my arm, I send it out across the table. The spear bursts and pulls in my favourite delicacies from Earth. There are croissants, fresh fruit, sweet cakes, and hot tea. Somewhere on Earth, a bunch of restaurants are now wondering where their orders went. It could be worse. Many royal houses steal away the best human chefs, forcing them to serve the fairylands. I only do so to their finest meals. With the food in place, I take my seat at the head of the table and wait for Agatha to enter. Soon enough, she steps inside. Agatha has changed her clothes as well. She now wears a long green gown instead of that baggy morning dress. The girl has never looked more ethereal or lovely. I shake my head. There's no point in wasting time mooning over Agatha. The girl is a mystery. For all I know, I could be harbouring an assassin in my midst. I need answers. Agatha steps into the room and pauses. She narrows her eyes. I can't decide what to eat. No. Whether this is an ambush or a friendly meal. Ambush, I grin, and gesture the seat beside me. Have a seat. Agatha slides onto a chair. Before you do whatever it is you're planning, there's another thing we need to discuss. Go on. We need to warn Ella about Not Adele. Don't worry. I sent her a message. Ooh, Ella, or Not Adele? Why, Ella, obviously. I can't help but smirk, but it's impressive that you're starting to think like an elf. One must always look for dual meanings. Is that why I'm here? A lesson in lying? In a way. I pour myself a cup of tea. I'm still not sure if you need lessons, or if you could give them. I'd like to ask you about certain things. Agatha scoops a croissant and sets it on a plate. Will my answers stop you from going hot and cold? With any luck? Then please, ask away. I've had all morning to rack up my list of questions for this moment. I launch right into my interrogation. Yesterday, when you cast a spell on Daisy, your magic held the colour of the moon. Why? I don't know. Agatha fidgets in a chair and sets a hand on her hip. Your mark. Does it have to do with the moon? Agatha lifts her chin. That's none of your business. Many fiefdoms mark their people. That symbol could tell us both who you are. Show it to me and I'll let you know. Agatha's face flushes a pretty colour of pink. It's the moon and 3 stars, and that's as close to my mark as you'll ever get again. Sadly, that doesn't provide any useful information at all. Next question. Do you know my brother, King Gorgon? No. What about Mandrake? Who? Every fiefdom has an opposite, like spring and winter or seelie and unseelie. For the fortitude, our magic flows through creatures that are large and powerful. Kaiser Mandrake runs a minuscule. His abilities are focused on strength that is small and deadly. Agatha's eyes widen. You're talking about germs? Yes, that's the power he wields. Mandrake wears dark hoods and a plague mask. Hard to forget. I've never seen him. Just thinking of Mandrake, I can feel the pull of my magic. We enhance each other, but it's not an happy alliance. As with all things in fairylands, one must be wary of betrayal. Are you certain? I press. In terms of threats, he's the worst. Plague masks are those long and pointed things that look like you wear an evil bird costume? Precisely. Have you met him? Never. And I'd remember the plague mask. She pops a blueberry in her mouth. What else? If this is an interrogation, you better get it all out. You tried to kill Ella Cinder. Marchesa and Ivy did the evil stuff. I actually helped Ella escape when Marchesa imprisoned her. I leaned forward. How so? I never cast anything that big before. I wanted to help Ella, and just, well, things happened. Because you can't control your power. You saw how it worked with Daisy. I feel things and the power goes to work. That's how it went down with Ella too. And you never told Ella that you're really an elf? No. The best way to keep a secret is to never tell a soul, she sighs. You don't know what it's like with Marchesa and Ivy. If they ever found out I was an elf, my best scenario would have been getting tossed out on the street. Much as it is silly to do so, my heart aches for her. And the worst? Death. If Marchesa knew I had fey magic, she'd try to sell me to someone like the Denari League so my powers could get harvested. Denari? I thought they were gone. According to rumours, a few of them are still running around, and the other groups do the same thing. They're always like a black market for this stolen magic. So far, Agatha's story seems consistent, but there are still many threads that hang far loose for my liking. When you helped out Ella, do you think you left a magical residue behind? Why do you ask? Not Adele is the mistress of Moonshadow. Her pairing is the mistress of Moonbeams. But that other mistress has never appeared. Not Adele thinks it's Ella. So there's a missing mistress? Call her a queen, if you prefer. My brother runs a fiefdom, and he certainly names himself a king. Agatha bobs her head, considering. It's possible I left some kind of residue. Like I told you, I don't know how my powers work. If you're leaving magical leftovers behind, then your abilities are rather sloppy. I eye Aga carefully. Could she really be missing Queen? Agatha shakes a pointer finger. No, no, no. I can see where your elfin mind is going with this. You're an elfin mind as well? It seems to be visiting the same place. Don't get any wild ideas. I am not the mistress of moonbeams. I disagree. If that is your identity, then it would explain many things. It was right after the glass slipper ball that Nart Adele's agents decided Ella was the mistress of moonbeams. The timing works out. You could have mistakenly placed your power signature on Ella. Agatha shakes her head. I don't know who I am, but I am not this missing queen. I drum my fingers on the tabletop. A single question reverberates through my mind. Is Agatha playing at not knowing her identity, or is the confusion real? One last question, I state. What did you know about this new glass slipper ball? Marchesa and Ivy have been sneaking off to see Nart Adele for weeks. I found out about it when I first met Lady Cloak. Whatever that glass slipper ball may be, I've had nothing to do with it. I'm not part of my family like you think. And yet you allowed yourself to be dragged off into exile with them? I thought you were doing the questions. I lied. I allowed myself to go into exile with Ivy and Marchesa, but only to find out who I am and where I belong. I had no idea what Marchesa and Ivy were up to. She sighs. You think I'm just like the rest of them, don't you? Sometimes. This is going nowhere. I pull on my inner magic and summon a fresh orb of power. The sphere hovers over the breakfast table. Agatha sucks in a shaky breath. What are you doing? I've come to a decision, or to be accurate, I've had a change of heart. We're going to the Sealy Ruins. Agatha pales. But you said you'd never take me. Are you toying with me? In a way, I reply. You're about to take a look into the moonbeam mirror, just as you claimed you always wanted. I fix her with a pointed stare. It seems we both wish to know who you really are. I send my magical orb into the wall. The blue light spreads across the mural, creating a new wooden door. Rising, I cross the room and pull the handle, revealing a darkened space between the threshold. Shall we? Agatha grins. Yes, let's go. And that's the next chapter. So Jacaby is going to take Agatha. I think she is the missing queen, or whatever. I really do. I think that's definitely Agatha, because that would be the reason why they would think it was Ella, because Agatha's been secretly helping Ella with the magic. Sorry about any snoring in the background. It's not actually Dougal this time, it's Storm, and she's only 13 weeks old, and already she's very loud at snoring. Imagine when she gets bigger, oh my days. Thank you for listening, and many blessings.